What's up everyone, and welcome back to another review where I cut out all the fluff and tell you exactly what you need to determine whether a game is for you. Every section gets ranked on pass or fail so you can know which ones are good and which ones aren't so good. Today, we're jumping into Kirby Star Allies on the Nintendo Switch. Kirby Star Allies is a side-scrolling action platformer that can be played entirely in single player or with up to 4 players in co-op. And you'll want to play in co-op because the game is significantly better with other people. Most of the game takes you through multiple short levels and various worlds, with each of these worlds ending in a boss fight. Each level provides new enemies, new abilities, and new puzzles. There are 4 worlds in total. Kirby Star Allies' main gameplay loop consists of Kirby throwing a friendship heart and becoming friends with any enemy that has an ability. You can have 3 of these friends with you in your party, and you, as Kirby, can also absorb any ability and have it for yourself. In co-op, the other 3 players can play as any enemy they choose, they can switch out different enemy types, and the multiple abilities are necessary to solve puzzles, find secrets, and pass sections of the levels. You can also combine abilities, which allows you to have things like a splash sword, sizzle bomb, and even throw your friends around the stages for massive damage. You also have different friend moves, like the friend circle, which allows you to barrel through anything in your path, the friend train, which allows you to run up the walls and on the ceiling, and the friend star, which allows you to fly around and shoot stars. Something a lot cooler than it sounds. The game is much more focused on action than platforming, and that's good because the platforming is pretty lackluster. All of this gameplay is a ton of fun in co-op, but it gets boring really quickly in single player due to the fact that the CPUs do a lot of the work for you. The gameplay is made for people who have others to play with and does a great job for a co-op game. For that reason, gameplay gets a pass. I think this is the standout section for Star Allies. The graphics in this game are absolutely gorgeous, and the personality and characters of each world and level is never lacking. I continuously smiled and felt wowed by the different set pieces and the graphics power on the Switch. The game runs at a dynamic resolution that can hit 1080p docked, but in handheld mode, the game aims for 720p. The game also runs at 30 frames per second, which is a bit of a disappointment, but doesn't take away from the experience in my opinion. The music is also excellent in this game, and all the ups and downs are perfectly timed with the moment-to-moment gameplay. Some of Kirby's best music is present in this game. For this section, Star Allies passes with flying colors. The plot of Kirby Star Allies is boiled down to an intergalactic force coming to planet Popstar and somehow affecting its inhabitants. Both allies and enemies have turned against Kirby and seem to be being controlled by an unknown force. I won't give any more details of the way of the story, besides to say it's intriguing, charming, but overall somewhat forgettable. For a younger audience, which this game is of course aimed at, and families playing together, I think this story will serve as a nice and cute cherry on top. However, if you're looking for a moving story that pulls you through the game, you won't find that here. Oh, and the game is really short as well. I found myself feeling it ended too soon, and it left me wanting more. For story and plot, Star Allies gets a fail. Once you've beat the main story of Star Allies, there are a few more things you can do in the game. A few minigames unlock, which add a little more fun and variety to the game. Things like Chop Champs, where you see who can chop down trees the fastest, and Star Slam Heroes to see who can charge their bat and hit an asteroid the farthest, and a few more. Overall though, these don't add much to do after the story, so I would give Kirby Star Allies a fail on replay value and extras. Star Allies does a great job when playing with multiple people to spruce up the fighting, having you working together on puzzles and bosses, and finding collectibles. However, in single player, the game can become mostly smashing through enemies with all your friends' power at once with the push of one button. You also become reliant on CPUs to get you where they need to be to serve their part in puzzles and trials. The game gets a strong pass for multiplayer fun, but a big fail for single player entertainment. So pros are that the graphics and music are stunning, the game is incredibly fun in co-op, there's a big variety of abilities and enemies, and the level designs are great. However, the cons are that there's a weak story, boring in single player, there's not much to do after the main story, and the game is far too short. So should you buy, rent, or skip Kirby Star Allies? Unless you have a young child who could find joy in playing this game multiple times, I'm gonna say rent. Whether you're a diehard Kirby fan and just want to play through it, or you have some friends or family you could play with, the main story and extras are worth playing, but once you're done, I can't see much reason to revisit the game. If you want to see more of these videos and a ton of other content, please hit the subscribe button and touch the bell so you can be notified whenever I make a new video, and don't forget to give that like button some love. Thank you all so much for watching, and let's continue creating the greatest community in the world.